Hello, I'm Nicola Hume, and in other episodes we've talked about the best home improvements to add value to your home and how to pay for them. In this episode, we're going to look at when you do and when you don't need planning permission. If you're thinking of doing any home renovations, be sure to check out our recommended tradespeople in your local area. There's a handy link below that'll get you started. Major changes to your property, like adding an annex or changing part of its use from residential to commercial, will need planning. And it's always better to check than to plough on with it. Councils do have the power to insist that you reverse or demolish unauthorised building work. You also need to check whether your home or the location your home is in has any restrictive covenants. It's not unusual for commercial or business use to be forbidden, for instance, and some homes or areas ban satellite dishes. Restrictive covenants are written into the deeds for your house, so this is where to check for them. But there are many home improvements you can make without needing permission. Even if it's something as big as an extension, can fall within permitted development rules, which means it doesn't need planning permission. Generally, this is if the extension isn't higher than the highest part of the roof. The materials are similar to the existing house. It doesn't include a veranda or balconies. The extension is no more than half the area of land, and any upper story windows are obscure glazed. If you're building a single story extension, that doesn't extend beyond the rear wall of the original house by more than 3 meters, or 4 in a detached house, and doesn't come forwards of the main front of the house, you should be in the clear. This includes conservatories. Side extensions that don't need planning include those that are single story and not higher than 4 meters. For a loft conversion without planning permission, you can't create anything that sticks out from the main roof line. When it comes to 2-story extensions, these can still fall within permitted development, providing it's no closer than 7 meters to the rear boundary and isn't more than 3 meters in depth. Sheds and outbuildings usually don't require planning permission unless they are bigger than 50% of the land the original house sits on, and they must be single story. Also, they can't be used for accommodation, but you can use them to work from home. Usually you can add or move doors and windows without needing approval, and you can convert your garage into a living space, providing you're not increasing the overall footprint of the building. But if you're converting one property into 2, you will need planning permission. However, in many cases, you can convert 2 homes into 1 without needing permission. Thinking of making your home more environmentally friendly? Solar panels on the roof won't require an application unless your building is listed, and it's the same with adding a skylight. When it comes to the outside space, you can add gates and fences that are under 1 meter high unless it's on a boundary with a listed building. But you do need a planning application to add any fence over 2 meters high. If you're thinking of creating or moving the access from your home onto a road, it depends whether the road is unclassified, which generally doesn't need permission, or classified, in which case it does. Please remember, most of these rules change if you live in a conservation area, an area of outstanding natural beauty, or live in a listed building. If in doubt, always check with your local planning authority. If you need permission, you will have to send your local authority a written description of your planned work and include a scale drawing of your plans with the length, height, layout and addresses of any adjoining properties. An application costs around £170, but this does vary according to where you live. The neighbours closest to you will be informed and given the option to object, usually within 21 days. Now, even if you don't need planning permission, lots of home improvements do need building regulations. Building regs are independent from planning regulations and are required when the building work involves electrics, plumbing, fixed air conditioning, replacement windows, roof coverings and heating. The local building regulations office will inspect the work once it's done and issue a completion certificate. It is easy to forget, but it's vital, as when you come to sell, you're going to have to provide the documents to demonstrate your work complies with regulations. So, I hope this quick overview has been helpful. If it has, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, where you'll find all kinds of extra advice and information.